In this video, I will explain the ins and outs of Amazon FBA, what it is, how you can benefit from using it, what fees are involved, and even some real strategies that we use to efficiently manage our FBA inventory. So what is Amazon FBA? FBA is Amazon's own in-house fulfillment program, fulfilled by Amazon. They will store and fulfill all of your orders for you. It starts off by you sending shipments into their warehouses, either with boxes through FedEx or UPS, or on a pallet. Once your shipment arrives at a FBA warehouse, they will start to unpack it and receive it into inventory. This process involves Amazon opening up each box and scanning in the individual barcodes on each product. Amazon then decides where your inventory needs to be in the country in order to have the best inventory spread possible. They do this so that no matter where someone is purchasing from, whether they're on the East Coast or the West Coast, they can still get the shortest delivery time possible. Once a customer places an order on Amazon for a product that is fulfilled by Amazon, Amazon will pick, pack, and ship that order. There is no more work required on your side further than sending the original shipment into an Amazon warehouse. Products that ship through FBA are really attractive to customers on Amazon. Not only will you receive that prime 1-day, 2-day, or even same-day delivery badge, but returns are going to be so much easier for a customer. When they purchase a product that is fulfilled by Amazon, they are purchasing it with the peace of mind knowing that if they need to return the product, they will not need to fight with anyone to return it. They won't need to submit a return request. They can simply go create that return, receive the label, and send it back. Now, this is not always a good thing as a seller, but it is just one of those things that are a price of doing business on Amazon. When Amazon receives those returned units, they will check each one to see what needs to be done with it. Is it still in good condition? Has it been used? Maybe they can put it back into inventory and resell it. But if it's been used or broken, then they will set it aside and that inventory will either be disposed of or returned back to your warehouse. Biggest benefit to using FBA for a seller is that you will receive that Prime badge. Customers shop on Amazon because of the convenience and the speed of delivery. If you have an option where it's going to take 2 weeks to be delivered and another option where it's going to take 1 day or even be delivered later that same day, you're going to choose the fastest delivery option every time, even if it's a little bit more expensive. So by using FBA, you can drastically increase your conversion rates. Now let's look at the 5 main fees that you will run into when selling through Amazon FBA. First one is your inbound shipment fee. This is what it costs you to get your stock from your warehouse to a Amazon fulfillment center. Price is going to depend on the size and weight of the box, and also if you're shipping boxes with UPS or if you are shipping them on a pallet with either Amazon's carrier or your own carrier. Oftentimes, if it is a bigger shipment with a lot of different units, a lot of boxes, then you'll want to send everything on pallets. However, sometimes because Amazon decides where they want you to send inventory to, they could decide that even though it fits on one pallet, they want you to split it in half and send one pallet to New York and one pallet to Los Angeles. Because of that, your price is going to be very high. So it could even be cheaper just to send everything through UPS in boxes. Now that your inventory is inside of an Amazon warehouse, they're going to start charging you storage fees. These storage fees are based on the amount of cubic feet that your units are taking up inside their warehouses. They will range from around 87 cents between January and September to around $2.40 between the peak months of October and December, around Q4 and Christmas time. The next fee is going to be your fulfillment fee. This is what Amazon charges you to actually pick, pack, and ship your orders that come in. This fee is going to be dependent on what size and weight your product is, as that determines what sizing category your product falls into. There are 2 main sizing categories, standard size and oversize. Standard size are any items that are less than 20 pounds and that have any side less than 18 inches in length. Oversized items are going to be anything that is heavier than 20 pounds and anything that has a side longer than 18 inches. Oversized can be broken up into 3 further categories because a yoga mat is going to be small oversized, but then something like a kayak is going to be a large oversize. Fees will always change depending on which sizing category you fall into. This is something that you should play around with because sometimes a change in packaging size of just 2 inches could be saving you a couple of dollars on every single order that Amazon ships out. Your fulfillment fee will never change based on the shipping speed. It will always be the same whether Amazon is offering 2-day, 1-day, or even same-day delivery. It is impossible to compete with these rates on the FBM side when you take into account that you are purchasing a UPS or USPS shipping label, and then you also have all of that labor that needs to pack the order and actually get it out the door. Now that we have covered the 3 mandatory fees that are involved with Amazon FBA, Let's take a look at other penalties that you could run into and also optional services that Amazon offers inside their warehouses. So there are certain penalties that Amazon will hit you with if you do not manage your inventory levels properly. The first one is going to be a long-term storage fee. This is going to apply to any unit that has been inside an Amazon warehouse for longer than 365 days. The storage fees for these units will skyrocket right up to $6.90 per cubic foot or 15 cents per unit, whichever is greater. Amazon also penalizes you for keeping too little inventory in their warehouses. This is known as the low inventory level fee. Amazon uses your historical days of supply to decide whether or not you qualify for this fee. If your historical days of supply is under 28 days, then Amazon will start charging this fee on every single unit you sell. This can range from as little as 15 cents to over $1 on every single unit. So now some of the optional services that Amazon offers. These are going to be things like labeling and additional prep work. This is optional because most sellers are going to prep and label their units before they actually send them into Amazon's warehouses. This could be something like putting a bottle in a bag, putting a proper sealer on liquid contents, or even just proper padding on fragile items. It is always far more cost effective to do this before sending inventory to FBA. However, if you choose to get Amazon to do it for you, they will charge around 50 cents per unit depending on what is required. Now that we have covered the different fees involved with Amazon FBA, let's look at the strategy that we use to ensure that our listings always stay in stock and that we avoid the long-term storage fee and the low inventory level fee. So when estimating how much inventory to send into FBA, it is very important that you take these factors into account. What are the historical sales? The last 30 and 90 days. Are there any holiday or gifting periods coming up? It can be things such as Christmas or Easter, Father's Day, Mother's Day, any time of the year when there's going to be a sudden surge in sales. You should aim to have at least 45 days of inventory inside Amazon at all times, but ideally you want to aim between 60 and 90 days worth of inventory. You also want to see how your listing is trending. If sales are increasing by a certain percentage each month, then you need to make sure that you are increasing the amount of units that you send into Amazon every month to match that. Amazon allows you to set up low inventory alerts inside of Seller Central, which is very helpful because when your inventory gets below a certain level, Amazon will send you an alert telling you that you need to send more units in of X SKU. You want to ensure that you're always topping up your FBA inventory to make sure that you never go out of stock or that you never run into those low inventory level fees. If you have a FBA SKU that goes out of stock, your sales are going to instantly stop, your organic rank is going to plummet, your PPC campaigns will stop delivering, and you could even need to completely relaunch the product to get it back to where it was before. That's why it is so much easier just to make sure that you always have stock in at FBA. Amazon FBA can seem like a minefield with new fees waiting to hit you around every single corner. But if you are serious about selling on Amazon and you want to take your account to the next level, it is absolutely essential that you take advantage of this program. The rewards will far outweigh the cons, and ultimately if you're not selling through FBA but your competitors are, you will lose out on a ton of market share because any customers will purchase from your competitors simply because they can get the product quicker than if they purchased it from you. If you're interested in seeing how we can help you increase your sales in Amazon by 30% in 3 months, completely done for you, go to the link in the description below to schedule your free consultation call with us today. If you got value in this, check out our other video on how you can avoid making the most costly mistake on Amazon that will destroy your sales momentum.